Hey friends, welcome to this week's video for the experience. So this week we're going to do a day in the life sort of thing. It's actually going to be a couple days in the life. So if you're one of our regular followers, you probably know that my family and I are going through some difficulties right now, and I don't really want to get into all that on here, but just wanted to make mention of it. If you've ever considered visiting our website, making any purchase on there, I would encourage you to do that. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into this week's video. Our grapevines have arrived and we need to plant them in the ground. And the easiest way to do that with these mats is to burn a hole in the mat right where you want the plant to go. And for that, we're going to use a torch. We've been waiting for our grapevines to arrive, and they are now here. So we're going to unbox them. They got some big old staples in there. It's like they glued it and stapled it.
Definitely not coming apart in the mail.
Definitely won't open during shipping. My goodness. Yikes. Okay, so this is what we get. Big plastic bag. And the grapes are bare root vines. Looks like they're inside this, what is that, newspaper or something?
Yeah, it's like shredded newspaper.
Shredded newspaper. So we'll have to dig through there, pick out which vines we want to plant, and plant them over at our trellis that we made. And if you didn't see that video where we put that trellis up, I'll try to put a link up here somewhere. It all rolls back together. Alright, just uncover it, roll it back a little bit. Alright, that's what they look like. Bare root plants, roots down here obviously. Tops up here, so yeah, we'll go put some in the ground. Okay, planting these is pretty simple. We already burned the holes in. We're just gonna loosen the dirt that's in there, pull it out, and we're gonna go about 8 inches deep and about as big around as the hole. And all this dirt we're gonna kind of chop up, make loose, and we're gonna put it in around the roots once the hole is dug. Spread out the roots as much as we can within the hole. It's a rock. We don't really want rocks in there. I mean, it's not going to hurt it, but at the same time, we don't need it. We don't want to pack it down in here real hard. Just want to push it a little bit, but we're going to water this, and the water is going to make this settle, and that is what we want. So I'm going to just break this up a little bit. Oh, that's another rock. Anyway, yeah, so we'll plant some more, and then we'll come back and water these. That took all but about 15 minutes and we're done. So we have some dry grass clippings. I like to save for things like this. When I plant something new after we water, I like to make sure there's really dry clippings that I put on there. It helps hold moisture in the soil. And I think that helps hold the moisture in the soil underneath to mulch around it with some grass clippings. Not real thick, but just thick enough that you let water through but keep weed seeds from blowing in and growing around the new plants. And if you do mulch with grass clippings, you want to make sure they're dry, not wet and clumpy and moldy, but they need to be dry and fluffy. That works best. So we still need to get our middle wire on, and we didn't put that on yet because we were waiting to get our plants in, because they're not going to need it for a while. So we want to make sure our plants are in so we can walk through easily, and everything would, be easy to plant. So yeah, that's why we're waiting. So now that the plants are in, we can put the middle wire on anytime. And there are my happy potato planters planting potatoes. This whole small garden, this is our small garden, and it's all going to be potatoes this year, the whole thing.
What are we gonna do with that?
Or wait, we might put tomatoes on the last row. What are we doing with the tomatoes? We had some different ideas.
Permanent tomato patch.
Are we going to put them up there in the bigger garden?
Yeah.
All right, so the lower one, we're talking all potatoes yet. Yeah, I knew that. We talked about it. Just checking on the garden. We got some work to do today. This is rows of peas. They're coming up. Rows of potatoes are starting to come up. And our second garden here is all planted with potatoes. The whole thing. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of potatoes this year. So anyway, we still need to plant a few other things. We are gonna plant some tomatoes, and we're gonna do a tomato patch. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and I never have done, because we like to rotate our crops. We don't like to grow the same things in the same place all the time. But when it comes to tomatoes, it seems like there's always volunteer plants. If I plant tomatoes somewhere this year, next year I'll have tomatoes coming up in the exact same spot. And I've heard of other people doing this, and so we're going to try it. We're going to put in a tomato patch, and we're just going to put our tomatoes there, and we're just going to grow tomatoes there. And if a problem develops, then we'll shut that down in a couple years and move it somewhere else. But we're actually going to grow our tomatoes pretty much in the same place. We're going to try it, see how it goes. I know there's probably going to be some comments on that. And hey, if you've done that sort of thing and have experience with it and you've had problems with it, leave a comment in the comments below, because I would like to know. But we're going to try it, basically planting the tomatoes in the same place every year until, as long as it's not a problem. That's what we're looking to do. I do know of people who've done that, and I haven't heard of any problems with it. I just hear that they get tomatoes coming up almost like a perennial every year. After so many years of doing it, tomatoes just come up. Maybe they make it sound better than what it really is. I don't know. I've never done it before, so yeah, we're going to try it. Another thing we've got going on, we have these grapevines that we had ordered for our grape trellises that we put in a couple videos back. Anyway, we're going to put up more trellising, and we're going to plant more grapevines because we have quite a bit. Yeah, the tomato patch is going to go here. Grapevines are going here. This is our asparagus bed. It's a raised bed, and it's got a lot of asparagus in there. It's got a lot of weeds right now. That's got to come out. Here's another raised bed we made out of stone. Got onions in there. Time to water our potted plants. Who's our waterer this morning? You gonna water them?
Mm-hmm.
In this family, everybody's involved in the little homestead, farmette. We're all involved in it, so it's a good thing. Teach them how to work, teach them how to take care of stuff. You gotta know how to provide for themselves, and this is where they learn it, at home. Grapevines are in one row right here. We got to put the trellis up yet. We'll do that another time. And then this patch is going to be our tomato bed. That's already been tilled up. He's just digging around the stuff that came out whenever it was tilled the other day. So anyway, he's just getting that ready, and we're just going to plant. We're going to plant our initial ones in rows, and we'll see how it goes. My understanding is you end up getting tomatoes all over the place eventually, but hey, whatever. Well, sometime today I had to just put the camera down because it started getting really hot. Now it's like 5 o'clock in the evening, still pretty hot. But yeah, got a lot of work done. Let me show you what we've got. Yeah, it's in the 80s. It's the weirdest thing, 80s Fahrenheit. Came outside this morning, it was 52 Fahrenheit, and now it's in the 80s. So yeah, whatever. Anyway, so this is where we're at. We've got grapes. We planted a row of grapes here, 4 of them. And that's in addition to the trellises that we have there. This is our tomato patch. That's going to have tomatoes in it. Then at the other end of our large garden, we planted 10 grapevines. 2 rows, it might be kind of hard to see, 5 going here and 5 over there. And then our smaller garden, we planted some on the edge of that as well. I'll show you as I'm walking past. There's just 4 of those. They're all planted the same way. We like these plastic mats a lot because they keep the weeds down, and the plants actually do very well on them. I don't know, it like reflects the heat and the sun, and it seems to help them grow. Yeah, and then we potted up some plants as well, and if you want to see that, we actually are going to put that on our other channel, 9 Diamond Ranch, and we actually have our first vlog on there. So if you haven't subscribed to that channel as well or seen it, go over there to 9 Diamond Ranch and check that out. The first vlog is on. The second one we'll be putting up soon.
Hi, I'm in this week's video.
What do you think about all these grapevines?
I like them. It's a lot.
That is a lot. Well, we hope that you like this video, found it useful, entertaining, etc.
Thank you for watching.
We'll see you on the next one. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We put out new videos every week, every Friday morning. And if you'd like to receive notifications when we do upload the next video, hit that notification bell. And check out our channel. We have several videos just like this one or very similar. We do various things including hiking, biking, boating, fishing, builds of various kinds, mostly outdoor activities. Some homesteading is thrown in there as well. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.